Okay? There is a compression on the top, uh, compression, we have a tension on the bottom, and so on and so forth. So, this will move uh, not harmonically, no? So, magva-vibrate siya, what will happen, ito magmo-move to opposite, okay? 'Pag 'yan hindi gumalaw, so stable yung rotor natin. So, that is the rotor balancing machine. Okay, so 'pag pinasok mo siya, inikot mo siya, 'pag ikot niyan hindi gumalaw yung dalawa na 'to, so balance. Kapag ito inikot mo, then ito nag-vibrate, what will happen, makikita yan makukuha ng spring niya kasi yung isang spring magko-compress, yung isang spring magkakaroon ng tension. The movement niyan is that gano'n-gano'n yung ano, yung spring niya kahit gano'n. Okay, baliktaran, baliktaran. 'Pag ito na-compress, 'pag ito na-compress, ito tension. So, tension 'to, ito compression, then tension. Bali-baliktad, okey. Dapat hindi gagalaw, okey. Balik tayo sa ano, papaano yan sir kung sa ano, sa chopper. 'Di ba yung chopper, di ba? Yung chopper na yan dinisenyan yan, balance yan. But of course, during flight, dun siya nagiging unbalance. Yung yung blade ng helicopter 'no, main rotor blade, 'pag sa factory yan, balance yan. Pero 'pag pinakawalan mo na, unbalance yan, okey? Kasi especially kapag nag-ano yan, bumaba yan, tapos nag-hover, okey? 'Pag nag-hover yan, assuming na unbalance na yan because of the hangin, okey? Medyo lumalagapak na yung ano, yung blade, okey, because of the unbalance of the aerodynamic force 'no. And of course, meron pa yang downwash na tinatawag, yung hangin na ibinababa rito, pinapalo niya roon. Yung hangin na yan tumatama yan rin sa surface, and since this surface is hard surface, what will happen, it will push the aircraft upward, and that is what you call ground effect. Kita niyo ang daming ano, 'di ba? Ang daming factor. So that is a ground effect, aakyat siya, okey? So kung minsan pagka sa sobrang ground effect, pagka may rope ka rito, pagbaba mo ang taas na, 'di ba? So, kailangan yung rope masyadong mahaba, okey? So, ground effect yan, pagka nagaganon ka, okey? So, hindi niya kayang i-dump yung ground effect, which is the movement vertical, okey? So, pagka nag-downwash 'to, because yung hangin itinutulak pababa para umakyat, ire-resist nito ang surface na 'to, so aakyat yung aircraft, okey? So, makikita ng piloto yung altimeter niya umaakyat rin. Kasi so, ibig sabihin pagka umaakyat yan, mini-maintain mo yung altitude, yung ano mo, yung hindi altitude, height 'no? Yung height mo sa surface, kasi yung altitude is based on sea level, yung height is based on the surface, 'di ba? Tandaan niyo yan, magkaiba yan. So, aakyat siya, okey? Now, tanong, papaano sir kung tubig? Okey, nasa ibabaw ka ng water, rescue 'no? 'Pag rescue mo, hindi siya masyadong mag-gradual effect kasi meron kang dampener na tinatawag para mag-absorb ng vertical movement ng aircraft. Okay, vibration pa rin niya kasi gumagalaw, eh. Itong tubig na 'to, yung nasa baba, siya ang mag-a-absorb nung energy nung hangin na bumabagsak pababa. Kaya makikita mo yung surface ng water lumulubog, 'di ba? Lumulubog kasi hindi naman siya solid. So 'pag chopper kaya stable sa chopper kasi especially sa overwater kasi yung sinasalud ng surface yung energy inaabsorb niya, yung energy ng air na ibinabagsak pababa. So yung aircraft, yung chopper, hindi siya masyadong magmo-move upward kasi inaabsorb yung energy sa baba. So if you will look at the surface of the water, makita mo nakalubog, nakalubog. Okay, kasi inabsorb niya yung impact ng hangin. 'Pag surface matigas, so lalaban 'yan, okey? And lalaban siya, what will happen now, hindi ma-absorb kundi the aircraft will move upward. So yun. So those are the applications of it. These are the basic, 'di ba? Then dito ngayon, that is based on tachometer. So dito, sinisilip rito yung, revolution, no? Revolution per minute, no? The rotation. Revolution per minute is the rotation per time. Okay? Okay, 1 RPM is 1 cycle, 'di ba? 1 revolution is 1 cycle. Okay? So yeah, yeah, pare-parehas na 'yan, okay? So ito, this is, ano nga pala, laboratory kasi ito, eh. This is your, illustration, 'no, experimental balancing of thin disk, 'no? Wala tayong ano, eh. Ito kasi kung meron tayong disk, 'no, ito lang naman susundan natin rin, we will make a, some sort of a, experimentation. Ito yung mga susundan mo. Actually nakuha ko 'to sa manual, 'no, laboratory manual, 'yan. O sige, gawin niyo 'yan, ayan. Sundan niyo 'yan, okey? Then makukuha mo 'to lahat. Siyempre do-drawing mo 'yan, o may mga angle 'yan, eh, okey? May protractor ka and so on and so forth, okey? So ayan, so those are the procedures and solution, ayan, procedures, 'no. So this is a laboratory manual, okey? Yan, dapat pinapagawa yan para solve na solve yung estudyante kung papaano niya ginagawa yung ano, okey? Then, of course, this is sabi ko, so baba, kunin natin yung 7. So, harmonically excited vibration. So again, ito yung shaft, okay? The shaft. Actually, wala 'tong disc, yung disc na 'to ipinakita lang, ito, wala yan. Ito lang talaga yung pinaka-ano riyan, pinaka-object, yung horizontal tube na yan, 'no? Nilagyan lang nito para maipakita yung movement nito, nitong shaft, 'no? So once na nag-rotate 'to, this mass will of course pull the shaft outside of its axis, ito yan. So itong ngipin na 'to, these are a bearing, So alam mo na kung ano yung bearing, di ba? So there is a tendency because of the centrifugal force, this will move out of its axis. Okay, paikot siya na, guys, 360 degrees siya. So ibig sabihin narito rin yan dito sa harap natin, dito sa likod, dito. Lumabas, okay? So pagka lumabas yan, so what will happen, there is a critical speed also, and this will be the movement of this one, okay? Now the problem is that baka mag-double pa yan. And how you will have that, no? The distance, no, being traveled by the being moved by the shaft from the axis is equivalent to distance y. So, kung kakalkulate niyo, tandaan niyo yung formula, kakalkulate niyo yung distance y, it is the force, okay, minus force L cube, okay, the cube of the length, no, over 48 EI. And 48 EI over L cube is your stiffness. So, this is the stiffness of the shaft. Tanong, ano ba yung stiffness na yan? Stiffness na yan, iyan yung flexibility of the mass. Flexible. So, ibig sabihin, kita mo, flexible, di ba? So, nag-flex siya. Okay? Flexibility yan. Tanong, bakit sir negative? Kasi yung negative, yung force mong binigay rito, sa example natin, sa drawing, yan o. Sa drawing, yung force ba? So, negative. But the negative is just a direction. Wala negative. Siyempre, sabihin mo yung y natin negative. Oo, nasa ilalim eh. Pagka pumunta sa ibabaw, positive yan. Okay? So dito, negative Kasi baka makakita kayo positive. Bakit kayo sir negative? Direction lang yan, guys. Direction. Okay. Dito kasi sa atin, pag negative yan, tama pa rin yan. It just happen na baliktad. 'no? Baliktad yung direction niya 'no, baliktarin mo positive 'yan, okey. So, so 'yan yung formula, FL cube over 48 EI. Yung E natin is your modulus of elasticity, yung I natin is of course ano, modulus of elasticity and, second moment area, yung I second moment area or what you call ano, ah, moment area, okay. Now kung ito circle, ano yan, ano bang formula nito? Pi r pi d squared, i-check 'no? Moment of inertia, pi d squared, pi d cube over 68 or, somewhat like that 'no? So, may formula naman tayo niyan. Critical speed, of course, ito. Yan na niya, ano na natin yan. So, itong inertia nito, inertia, pi d to the fourth over 64. Okay. So, pi d to the fourth over 64. Kaya Google, eh. Kaya, easy na lang yun, eh, oh. Kapag ito nakuha mo yung diameter na 'to, natural hindi mo gagamiting rectangular yan, Ito nga ngayon, itong I na yan 'no, I, ito yung I na yan 'no, okey. Ano yung E? Yung E na yan yung material, kunyari ano 'to, aluminum 'no, so that is 10 times 10 to the cube, PSI, okey. So siyempre alam mo rin yung bakal kung anong gagamitin mo ritong metal, so alam mo yung E. Punta ka sa strength of materials, so o sa libro on deformable bodies, so makukuha mo yung E. Yung L naman siyempre alam mo kung gaano kalaki kabayan, okey. And of course, this is symmetrical, magbe-bend yan of course sa gitna. Hindi yan hindi yan magbe-bend somewhere 'no, sa gitna talaga yan, that is the neutral axis. So that is your inertia, tandaan niyo yan guys. Okay, okay, balik tayo sa home, okay. So we have here the critical speed and so on 'no. Mode shape, okay, ito ngayon deflection. So deflection is of course, 5 WL to the fourth 38, 384 EI 'no. So E natin is yung modulus of elasticity katulad niya kung bakal yan, ito siya, 2 times 10 to the fifth Newton per millimeter squared. Density ng steel is 7850 kasi hindi natin alam yung bigat, yung weights 'no. Hindi natin alam yung weights 'no. So what will happen is that we know also the length 'no. We know the diameter, natural 'no. We have now your, moment here, okay? Then we have the, weight of the shaft, okay? Then to get the rate of loading 'no, ito yung shaft natin, rate of loading magmula rito hanggang doon sa dulo-dulo, dito sa surface na 'to, yung pinaka-loading niya is of course 151.2 over 1,000. So, 0.1512 Newton per millimeter. So, ibig sabihin, Dito, distributed dito 0.1512 per millimeter. 0.1512 per millimeter yung load na tinatanggap nito once na nag-rotate siya, okay. So dito, of course, yung, W makukuha mo siya dito sa formula na 'to, density gravity times area. Cross-sectional area 'to, pi d squared over 4. So makukuha mo yung weights niya in terms of this one, okay. So ito baba na ito masyado, eh. So ito, 36 lang yan, okay. Nakuha na natin, okay. So nakuha natin yung deflection. Yung deflection na yan, ito yan sa gitna. Maximum deflection, yan, 'di ba? Ito yan. So pagka nag-deflect siya dito, tapos itong tube na 'to nasa loob ng ano, ng cylinder, alam mo na kung ano yung kung gaano yung inside diameter ng cylinder mo para hindi tumama yung tube, 'di ba? Alam mo na. Okay, kasi there is a tendency na mag-ano talaga siya, mag-whirl, okay? Mag-move out of the, mag-move out of the, axis. Okay, because of the, centrifugal force. So yan na. So what is now your critical speed? This is your RPM. Okay. So we have now Fn. Okay, natural frequency natin. Ito, formula natin yan, di ba? Solve na natin. Then of course, ito yung ano, pagkakaiba ng ano, ng, of course, we have, calculation, exact calculation, and of course, we have simulation. Yeah. So we have a model analysis or simulation and sample of the, output, no? Yan, color coded. Dito malalaman natin kung anong critical, naka-red and so on. Dito sa pakpak makikita natin yung critical din dito sa attachment sa fuselage. Ito, ba't ganito yung kulay nito? Kasi sumusunod lang 'to, eh. So, pagka ganyan, pagka tinamaan niya ng force, sumusunod siya. Hindi naman siya nalaban, di ba? Habang pupunta ka rin, lumalaban na yan, eh. 'Pag dito sa connection, sa fuselage, lumalaban lalo yan, di ba? Hindi yan sasabay, hindi yan susunod doon sa move sa ano. So, ito ngayon, magmo-move lang yan. And dapat flexible 'tong surface na 'to para siya sumunod, okey. So this is the theoretical analysis and is for of course, this is an error. So sabi, to maintain a, of course, to lesser the error, you ano, you use a, smaller mesh. Mesh kasi yung 'di ba pagka naka-CAD ka yung mesh, ganyan, mesh. Parang ano, parang screen, 'di ba? Palitin mo ng palitin yung screen niya, mas accurate, okey? I mean, hindi pala mas accurate yung term, mas lesser error. May error, eh. So, lesser error, the smaller the mesh, the lesser error you will, get, okay, between the theoretical and the, simulation. Okay, siyempre ito vertical naman. So, same din yan. So, dito naman 'pag gano'n, dito 'pag gano'n. Okay, so again, we have a centrifugal force nakalatag na. Okay, this is the whirling rotation. So dito ngayon yung disk natin sa sideways naman, okay, ginamitan ng vector, okay. So these are the equation that supposedly to be used, okay. Meron ba ritong ano, yeah, illustrative example, no, using equation analysis, no. Binigay ko lang sa inyo para you have a reference, no. Okay, so ito kasi ano na 'to, may mga program na 'to, eh, diretso na 'to, eh. Then of course makikita mo rito hindi naman siya harmonious, 'di ba? So tumataas yung peak niya, eh, as it go on, 'no? This is the amplitude and phase relationship of synchronous whirl with viscous damping, okay? So makikita mo lumalaki yung peak niya per, period, okay? Per period. So period, 'di ba? So 0, 360 lumalaki yung peak. Hindi siya pareha, okay? So then of course we have here, additional damping, no? So inaabsorbing energy, this has two piston and it has a fluid inside, no? So the horizontal movement of the piston will compress and of course will compress the fluid inside, no? There is an orifice rin. Alam mo naman pag sinabing orifice is the butas, may butas yan. Okay? So pag ito naka-atras to rito, nakatodo yan, naka-atras dito to the left, yan papunta roon, yung fluid mo nariyan sa ibabaw, nasa loob pala I mean. Pag yan gumalaw papunta roon, this piston will compress the fluid, right? And this fluid will absorb the movement sidewise of this piston. So, hindi niya lalabanan yan kasi 'pag nilabanan niya yan hindi gagalaw, di ba? So, pagpasok nito rito, kino-compress siya and the fluid will exit this orifice pupunta raw sa kabilang likod, sa kabila, okey, sa kabila, sa likod. Pupunta siya sa likod. So, mapupuno ngayon riyan. And ito of course, may ano rito, eh, so mag-stay rin yan riyan then of course we have the control valve and so on. So, ito lang, dito lang tayo sa left, iyon ang movement. Now, pagka narito siya 'pag narito siya ngayon, okey, narito na yung fluid ngayon, narito yung fluid lahat 'no. 'Pag 'yan gumalaw naman papunta roon, itong piston aatras doon. 'Pag atras niya yung fluid dito lalabas dito sa orifice papunta roon sa gitna. Then another 'pag galaw niya na naman, what will happen, iko-compress niya, babalik yung orifice pupunta sa likod. So meaning the dampening is being absorbed and the energy of the piston is being absorbed by the fluid, okay. So yun. So those are the medium that we are using 'no. Experimentation lahat yan, okey. So afterwards, okey, ano ba 'to? Okay, so we have here another one, oh. So we have harmonically excited vibration, vibration isolation. So, yung vibration isolate natin, okay. So vibration isolation, vibration forces generated by machines and other causes are often unavoidable. However, their effects on a dynamical system can be minimized by proper isolation design. Dito parang nasagot na natin pero dinadagdag pa 'no. Nasagot na natin 'yan, eh, meron tayong control surfaces suppressor. So that's another thing 'no. Dito ano 'to, eh, ito yung pinanggalingan 'no. But sa atin hindi ka makakita ng ganito kasi meron tayong aerodynamic forces na iyon ang ginagamit natin as a suppressor, 'di ba? Kunyari, ah ma-vibrate ka rito, dinala ka rin sa lugar na 'to, mawawala yun kasi merong ano, may medium nun na pupuwede mo gamitin na ma-lesser, whatever, okey. So, okey, an isolation system attempts either to protect a delicate object from excessive vibration transmitted to trim to it from its supporting structure or to prevent vibratory forces generated by machines from being transmitted for its surrounding. The basic problem is the same of the two objects. Okay, so sabi rito, the forces generated by machines from being transmitted to its surrounding. So the machine is being surrounded to the surrounding. Pero sa atin, the vibration of the machine, which is the aircraft, is being absorbed by the surrounding. Diba? By the surrounding. Ina-absorb niya. Okay? So dito tayo ngayon. So system excited by motion support point. No? So again, balik tayo rito. Ito ngayon yung mass. No? And it is vibrating. Of course, parallel yung spring mo. So plus yan, ina-add. Okay? Pagka parallel, ina-add. Pagka kapag series, ano siya, reciprocal, di ba? Equivalent, reciprocal siya, 1 over x, di ba? 1 over k. So dito, ina-add yan. Okay, kasi naka-parallel yung spring natin, okay. Mas malaki absorption nito naka-parallel, eh. Dalawa lang 'yan, papaano 'yan kung 10 'yan, 'di ba? Siyempre hindi naman pupuwede kasi baka mawasak itong machine na 'to kasi hindi siya Okay, because of the movement of this one, lagyan pa rin natin ng dampener 'yan dito, and of course, you can see that the, harmonic motion is here, 'no? And we have one direction only, we have an X, up and down, 'no? And this is now your equation. So after that, okay, steady state amplitude and phase, okay. So ayan, and of course, we have another babasahin mo lang rito 'yan. Kung ever na ito yung ano mo, mababasa mo rito yung X over Y. May mga value 'yan, oh. So diretso na 'yan, this is constant, no, this is stable. Some given here is already readable dito, binabasa na rin 'yan. Then of course, we have this one, okay, then we have your X, uh, uh, the direction X, no, which is, TR is, transmitted force to that of a disturbance force. Sabi kasi kanina, yung force produced by the object is being transmitted into the surrounding. Sa atin hindi, eh. The force that is being transmitted to the surrounding is being corrected by the surrounding itself, 'di ba? Kasi nga may action siya, eh, may movement siya. Dito kasi yung disturbing force rito tina-transmit niya sa fixed na surrounding, hindi gumagalaw, okey? Sa atin, nagba-vibrate ka, pumasok ka ngayon sa surrounding, what will happen? Magkakaroon ka ng aerodynamic forces, iyan ngayon yung magno-neutralize nung any possible movement or, whatever na mangyari dun sa machine, okay, or the aircraft, okey. So tingnan niyo yung definition at saka yung application, medyo ano, 'di ba, ah, medyo sa kanya yung sinasabi niya pero sa atin iba yung application. Okay, so another vector na naman yung ginamit. Okay, then we have illustrative example, 'no. So sabi, a machine of 100 kilogram mass supported on a spring of total stiffness. So spring alam natin, and has an unbalanced rotating element which result in the disturbing force of 350 Newton at speed of 3,000 RPM. Okay, given na yung damping factor, 'no. So ito kasi may mga table dito, 'yan, okay, magagamit 'yan, and of course, determine its amplitude, so rate of movement up and down due to unbalance, the transmissibility, and the force being transmitted. Okay? So yan, those are the solution. Yung iba kasi ano na, you have to read it. Katulad nito, Fo over K, meron na tayong value niyan. Okay, then this is now your, amplitude. Then sa amplitude natin, ito na yung transmissibility. Okay, 0.137 or, ilan 'to, 13.7%, 'no? Then the force that is being transmitted, 'no, to the surrounding is 47.89 Newton. Yung 47.89 Newton nito kakaya ning i-neutralize 'to ng aerodynamic force na masyado mataas yung below airspeed at saka mataas yung wing area, okey? I-re-reduce niya 'yan, 'no, o baka tablahin niya pa 'yan, 'di ba? So yun, so that's how you'll compute kung ganito lang, okey? Then energy dissipated by damping, conservation of energy again, 'no, is the term used to describe the physics phenomenon that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be converted from one form into another. Tama, di ba? So yung ano rito, yung starring dito, yung kinetic at saka yung potential. Energy dissipation help us to understand more about physical interactions by applying the concept of energy dissipation. It can be predicted how system will move and act. Okay. So yeah, no. So we have the conservation, as I've said, we have kinetic and potential lang yan, dalawa lang yan. Okay. So dito sabi ko pagka kinetic 'yan, function niya ng mass at saka ng velocity. Yung potential is a function of, ah, altitude. So let's say may pababa ka, okay, pababa. 'Pag nasa taas 'yan, kinetic energy niyan is zero kasi hindi nagalaw. And the potential is high, okay? Maximum yung potential, zero yung kinetic. 'Pag 'yan 'pag dive niya gano'n, kinetic has a value and potential has a value because it has an altitude or the height. What will happen? The value of the energy is the same as the value of energy dito sa static. Pag dive niya sa level flight niya, 'pag nag-level flight sa ganyan, yung potential dito is zero because it do not have any height, but the kinetic energy is maximum, meaning the total of energy here is the same as the total of energy here, where potential is maximum, kinetic is zero. Dito, kinetic is maximum, potential is zero. So those are the possible energy, no? So how will you dissipate that? Siyempre sa atin, 'di ba, ginamitan natin ng controlled surface suppressor para ma-minimize niya based on ano, yung ginamitan naman natin based on the inertia force, 'di ba? Inertia force, okay? Kakaiba yung shear energy tapos force naman. Kasi may force siya, 'di ba? And that force is being created because of the energy of the system. So convertible lang siya pero target natin dito is energy, energy lang tayo. Okay. Okay, we have now, we have, energy dissipation is usually determined under conditions of cyclic oscillation. Cyclic, so depending on the type of damping present, no? The force displacement relationship when plotted can differ greatly. In all cases, however, ayan kasi plotted, no? So, uh, kinematics to eh. So, we have here your WD. The energy lost per cycle due to damping force is this one. So that is WD is a integral of FTDX. No? In general, WD or the energy loss, no, uh, depends on many factors such as temperature, frequency, or amplitude. Okay. So ito, static to. Pero sa atin, it depends on the environment. It depends on it depends upon the structured environment. Ito yung environment ngayon sa patay eh. Is usapang system usapang system lang 'to na nagvi-vibrate. Sa atin, usapang system, pero sinasalo, inaabsorb ng environment yung nangyayari sa system, 'di ba? So, sa system, ito yung involved niya, temperature, frequency, and amplitude. Dito ngayon sa environment natin, assuming yun na yung system, no? 'Pag nilampas mo siya roon, meron tayong temperature, meron tayong wind velocity, meron tayong density, meron tayong atmospheric pressure. So those are the factors that will of course absorb or dissipate any vibration that is being given by that is being experienced by the object which is being exposed to the environment. So ito usapan lang 'to, system lang 'yan. Nasa system ka lang, no? Hindi ka lumalabas. So yan. Okay, so those are WD, okay, okay. Damping force, mga forma saka thermal, di ba? So ito dissipated viscous damping, okay? So we have, of course, damping properties of materials have two different ways, no? Specific damping capacity, that is the energy loss per cycle over peak potential energy, okay? Then specific, kasi potential energy meron kang peak, oh, that is a movement upward or downward, no? Then specific damping capacity, okay, WD over U, that is the heat, no? Then loss coefficient, yan. Then of course loss coefficient. is WD over 2 5 times U. So I gave you the illustrative example, but of course, this is just an illustrative, no? Illustration lang yan. So, yeah. So, the power. Okay, another illustrative example, ito. Okay. So, theoretical kasi ito, tingnan niya. Yung force niya is 10 sin pi t in Newton. Okay. So, ito talaga system to eh. Sa atin, hindi na natin kinakailangan to because what we had is of course the application itself. No? Ito ay sa loob ng system na to eh. Okay. So, we have here two illustrative examples. So, bahala na kayo mag-consume yan. No? But of course, kasi sa aircraft kasi hindi ka naman nagbibigay ng equation eh. Kung saan, expose mo ito, equation ito. Hindi diretso na yan. Yan na mismo. Yan na, no? And of course, relatively, this is just a illustration of the theoretical facts, no? Regarding the system. Okay. Hindi naman pwedeng ano yan, di ba? Hindi pwede magutos ka na. Ito yung ano puntahan mo to, kunin mo si sin squared 2 theta plus, di ba? So sa atin diretso. Ito na yan, oh. Okay? And of course, if you want to know the others, no? Of course, gagamit ka ng uh, instruments, no? Equipment and so on. Para malaman mo yung mga basic niya. Hindi ka magsosolve na ganyan. Yung P, meron pang movement yan eh. So, how many degrees rotation, how many ano. So, those are the basics, no? Then, of course, waste ng time. Then afterwards, we will have now the last, no? Okay, structural na, maganda to. Okay, so dito na tayo kanina very basic yun that is the theoretical facts, no? So we have here another one, which is I think this is more applicable. Harmonically excited vibration. So harmonically pa rin ginamit natin, structural damping. So dito ngayon, magdadump rito is the structure. Okay, noong nakaraan, ano ba yung dumping natin, di ba? Piston. Then sumunod, di-discuss niyo, yung magdadump is the atmosphere or the aerodynamic force. Ito naman ngayon, ano yung magdadump? Any vibration will be damped by the structural itself, no? The structures. Kung ano yung structure na, yun yung magdadump. Okay, so ano muna tayo? 2 minutes break. Okay, 2 minutes break. Ito, hindi ko na padali. Sesend ko na to kung paano. Okey, klase and back. Ayun. Okey, so nakabalik na kayo?
Yes po.
Okay, so let's have here the structural damping. So ibig sabihin, previously we have dampener, no? Ngayon meron tayong structural damping, no? So yung structure mismo yung magdadamp, no? Any vibration, no? So when materials are cyclically stressed, no? So ibig sabihin yung materials natin is continuous. Dito sa ano pala sa aviation, no? Tawag natin rito is cyclic, no? So that is why all the equipment that being used is subjected to uh, lifespan, no? May lifespan siya. Kunyari, 1,000 hours, gano'n. Okay? And so on and so forth, no? So pagkatapos niyan, pagka natapos niya na yung ano niya, inabot niya na yung oras, no? Kahit gumagana pa yan, pinapalitan niya. Pinapalitan. Okay? Because the material is being stressed, cyclical, no? So ibig sabihin, one cycle per one cycle yan. And of course, it is being calculated per cycle, no? Diyan, diyan nakukuha yung stress ng aircraft, no? Aircraft parts. And these aircraft parts will be removed and replaced, no? Once na yung time niya inabot na, no? So yun. Hindi yan forever, no, hanggang masira, no. Pinapalitan yan kasi it was already been calculated kung gaano siya katagal bago siya palitan. Energy is dissipated internally within the material itself, no. Experiments indicates that for most structural metals such as steel or aluminum, the energy dissipated per cycle is independent of the frequency over a wide frequency range and proportional to the square of the amplitude of vibration. Internal damping fitting, uh, this classification is called solid damping or structural damping. With the energy dissipation per cycle proportional to the square of the vibration amplitude, the the loss coefficient is a constant and the shape of the hysteresis curve remains unchanged with amplitude and independent of the strain. So alam niyo naman yung stress-strain diagram, di ba? So this is the energy dissipated by structural damping. Okay, we have constant with the units of force per displacement multiplied by the amplitude squared. Okay. Then afterwards, we have now using and applying the concept of equivalent viscous damping. So viscosity, no? So we have here your equation. And balik tayo, no? Ito na naman yung mass times acceleration. By substitution, we will now arrive with this. So this is our formula kanina. Bumalik na naman, di ba? Then structural damping on aircraft. So the fuselage is the central body of an airplane and is designed to accommodate the crew, passengers, and cargo. It also provides the structural connection for the wings and tail assembly. The fuselage of an aircraft is subjected to the five types of stress: torsion, bending, tension, shear, and compression. So alam niyo na siguro torsion, no? Torsion is of course based on twisting. Okay, then of course nagbend. Okay, tension, inatak. Compression, papunta roon. Shear, pag ganun. Okay, those are the shear. Okay. First, torsion, pumilipit, pumilipit. Bending, bumaluktot. Up, down, up, down. Tension, hinatak. Compression, kinompress. And shear, okay. Loss of structural integrity during flight can be caused by number one, faulty design, okay, faulty maintenance, manufacturing flaws, pilot's error, again, tawag na rin human factor, weather conditions, and sabotage. No? Those are the structural integrity, no, during flight. So sa faulty design pa lang, siyempre malalaman mo yan once na tinest mo yung aircraft. And of course, we have faulty maintenance, and of course, we are very strict with maintenance, no, of aircraft. No? Actually, aircraft is being subjected to a regular check. No? So we have a 50 hours inspection, 100 hours inspection, annual inspection. Wala pa yung tinatawag natin na pre-flight and post-flight inspection. Pre-flight bago ka lumipad, post-flight pagkatapos mo lumipad, ini-inspect yan. 360 degrees yung aircraft. Kung may mga nabakbak, okay, o natanggal na parts, no? So yun. So that's how we are very because tanong, sir, bakit natin chine-check yan na ganyan? Kasi nga isinubject mo sa environment eh. Yung equipment nakatindig lang yan sa loob eh. Gumagana yan. Yung aircraft na-expose sa labas. So kung na-expose sa labas, maraming factor para masira yan. Maraming outside forces na tumama sa kanya. So, there is a possibility na ma-abuse yung structure natin. And this structure, yung encounter niya raw, yung structure mismo yung sumasalo nung any vibration, na dinudulot sa kanya ng forces, structure ang sumasalo lahat yan. So that is why we are very much concerned in checking the integrity of the structures. Kasi once the structures already abused, no, by the different forces that is being applied during flight, what will happen? It will, of course, fail. It will fail. Okay. So this is the typical fuselage. Okay, we have here your this is the wing loading. Okay. So these are the distributed load on the wing of the aircraft. Makikita mo rin patas lahat yan. But of course, there are also downward. Tinotad na lang na puro pataas. Okay. There is also, let us admit, no? Once lumipad yung aeroplano, meron rin yung tinatawag na downward force. Dito kasi, kinuha na yung neto eh. Upward na lang nilagay lahat. Okay. So we have a leap. Okay. And this leap, of course, once the leap is divided by the span, this is the span from wingtip to wingtip. That is the span of the wing. So that's what you call the wing loading. Wing loading. Okay. So this is now the wing loading. Makikita mo, and of course, this wing loading is what you call elliptical load distribution because this is more on a cosine law. Okay. Pag sine law kasi opposite pag ganun eh. This is a cosine, cosine curve, I mean, cosine curve. Pagka pa ganun, sine curve. Okay. So, but of course, in aerodynamic force, ginatawag natin ito na elliptical lift distribution. Now, yung tanong rito, ito pala yung wing loading niya, this is undisturbed. Undisturbed yan. Pwedeng, this is elliptical lift distribution. Pwede yan maging non-elliptical lift distribution or what you call disturbed. Okay? Sa non-elliptical lift distribution, paano natin kinocompute yan? Meron tayong uh, ano, mga factor na ginagamit, no? Mga correction factor. So we don't need to calculate. We don't need to go back for the from the basic because there are already factor, no, that will be multiplied with the aerodynamic force. Meron na yan, may mga given ng factors yan na i-apply. Okay. The same rin with the lecture kanina, nakita mo may graph, di ba? May mga diagram na i-extract mo lang dun makukuha mo na yung coefficients niya. Okay, this is now the resultant force, okay. Then of course makikita mo magbe-bend yung wing. So, bending of the wing, ito yan, okay. So magbe-bend siya, but of course kung ito, bigay nating ano. So there is a possibility na mag-bend yung wing, 'no. Ito yung formula niyan. Pakita ko lang sa inyo. Dito tayo sa ito. So dito na tayo, there is a possibility na ito magbe-bend 'to pababa. Bakit ayaw? Because of the force, ito yung neutral axis niya, ito yung Y. That is the deflection. Siyempre dito yan parehas yan. Magbe-bend siya, yan yung bend. So this is Y. So yung formula nito is of course if you will get now dy or the delta 'no, to force, okay? So we have now the, force L cube over 3 EI. Or this equivalent to P over K or force over K. Then yung K na yan, yan tinatawag natin na stiffness, di ba? Yung stiffness na yan, dito yan sa buong structure na 'to, okey? So K is equivalent to 3 EI over L cube. Yan yung K. So whatever will be the force, no, like this one over the K is the deflection. Pero dito yan sa dulo. Okay? Yan. Yan yan sa dulo, no? So sa dulo na yan, yan yung force niya. Pero if this is distributed, no? Iba-iba yung force na ibinibigay niya. And iba-iba rin yung force na natatanggap niya. Okay? So assuming na ito yan, to. So kunin lang natin ano, symmetrical, kasi naka-tapered, eh. Tapered yung wing, okay? So kapag nag-bend siya, yan. So ibig sabihin, yung bending dito is not the same as the bending here. Especially kung yung engine narito, ito kasi nagsimula dito sa ano, 'di ba? Sa dito sa portion na 'to. Now, if ever na ito ang itsura niyan, okay? Meron ka ritong engine, okay? Kung may engine ka riyan, magsisimula yung deflection niyan, hindi dito, kundi dito. dito siya magsisimula, okey? Hindi doon, na. Okey, kaya itong engine na 'to, this plays a major role because of the weights, 'no? Because of the weights ito, hindi yan magbe-bend hanggang dito. Usually magbe-bend yan from the point dito hanggang doon kasi this is where the force is. Ito kasi dito nakaka-cantilever, eh, dito nakaka-cantilever siya. So, 'yan, okey. Dito minimum lang yung force dito but it will not affect the bending of the structure. Ito kung paano siya magbe-bend, okey. So, papaano makukuha yung bending moment, okey? Assuming na ito, kung ito yung ito yung surface, ito siya, nakuha mo yung force dito, assuming na nakuha mo yung force. Station 0 'yan, station 0. So, kung station 0 'yan, sabi natin dito station 100. Sa atin 'pag sinabi mong station 0, 0. Pagka station 100, 100 inches from 0. From dito, station 100. Para makuha mo yung bending moment, okay, moment is equals force over distance. Sorry, force times distance, 'no? So, ito yung force natin, multiply mo by 100 kasi ito yan, magmula rito hanggang sa tip is of course, ibig sabihin niyan 100 inches yan, 100 inches. So, kung 200 dito, kung 200 dito, kung station 200 dito, force time is 200 is equals to bending moment. So, ibig sabihin, the bending moment nearer the fuselage is of course higher than the bending moment dito. Okay? Kasi malapit lang siya. Kung dito, balik tayo rito, no? Ito kasi nakaka-cantilever. Pag dito, yung bending moment mo rito, pinakamataas, dito sa engine, no? Wag mo lang ito pinakamataas niya sa engine. Then, papaliit yan hanggang doon. So, those are the bending moment. Okay? So, ito ngayon yung bending moment na yan. Yan ngayon yung ina-absorb nitong structure. So, there is a possibility, no? There is a possibility, of course, na itong ito, no? Pag nag-bend ito, this will produce delta or deflection, and that force will be transmitted to the engine hanggang dito. Dito ngayon, minimize na yung forces rito kasi sinasalo na ng, as I've said, meron niyang weight. May weight yung makina. Okay. So, whatever will be the movement up and down of this wing, up and down niya rito, no? Movement niya up and down will be damped by the structure. Sagot riyan yung structure na 'to. So, itong structure na 'to ang sasalo niyan. Okay? So, this structure should have stiffness, no? And stiffness is what you call the ability to to bend, no, without having a permanent deformation. So, flexibility, no? Kaya structure natin, itong structure natin sa pakpak na 'to, no, is not, yung wing is not solid, no? This is hollow because you have here your upper spar cap for compression and lower spar cap for tension. Ito 'pag yan umakyat, 'no, tumaas yan, what will happen, itong upper surface ito is under compression. Ito yan. Yan na natin ganito. So, nag-bend siya. Okay? Pag nag-bend siya, what will happen is that the forces here is, of course, going there. Okay? So, that is under compression. So, makikita nyo upward yan. So, there is a tendency na bumaluktot siya pababa. Right? So, compression sa ibabaw. That's why you have a compression cap. Ito nasa ilalim niya is, of course, under tension. Kasi papalabas siya. Under tension. But the value of the compression is the same as the tension. Only the direction is different because the direction of the fiber is going inside. The direction of the tension, the fiber under tension is going outside. But the value is just the same. The same yung value niyan. Pag ito bumaliktad siya, pag ano naman po ba, yung nasa taas yung tension, nasa baba naman yung compression. And this is being absorbed all by the structure. So, wala siyang pakialam sa kabila. Okay? Wala siya, wala na siyang pakialam. Now, dito, para may correct ito, no, nilalagyan rito ng control surface suppressor. Nilalagyan para mai-correct to if ever na mag-move upward and move down. So, ikinokorek yan na there are control surfaces na mag-move opposite direction of the movement of the wing. Now, tanong, sir, paano kung malakas na yung vibration niyan? Eh, lilipat ka ngayon sa ibang altitude. O kaya pumunta ka sa mas mataas para kukunti yung aerodynamic force. Okay? So, yan yung structural damping. Okay? So, kanina yung mga discussion natin, di ba? Dinadump because ito may aerodynamic forces to. So, the forces being subjected this structure, no, and the structure will dump mismo, idadump niya yung possible na forces. Okay? So, yeah. Okay? So, this is the engine weight. Okay? So, very far yung engine weight. We have the wing weight and we have the fuel weight. Okay? So, dito, kaya yung iba, pinupuno ng nilalagyan ng fuel kasi the fuel will also add weight to the aircraft wing. If the aircraft wing as a weight, it will make, of course, it will resist the bending of the wing. The bending of the wing. Hindi pa pwede. Okay? So, let's say may engine ka rito. Okay? So, these are the distribution. Kinalat na, no? Kasi, bakit? Kasi this is elliptical. Elliptical kasi ito eh. Ito elliptical. Assembly elliptical natin. Yeah, this is elliptical. Okay? So, yung sample ko kanina, this one is rectangular. So, elliptical, there is a possibility na ganito yung mangyari. Okay, well distributed. Okay? And of course, the fuel is also distributed sa loob. So, the weight of the fuel, the weight of the wing, and the weight of the engine will counteract the upward forces. And these upward forces, once na kinontra siya nito, of course, this wing will not bend. Okay? Now, if ever that this will bend, the aircraft will move upward naman. Okay? So, pagka nag-move upward yung aircraft, what will happen? Papatayin niya ng gusto yung bending upward ng wing. Papatayin niya kasi ganyan. Pag nag-bend siya pataas, siyempre may weights ka rito. Weights ng engine, weights ng fuel, weights ng structure. Lalabanan yan. Pero pagka nag-bend pa siya ng pataas, yung aircraft ngayon yung aakyat. Okay, so wala, di ba? The structure itself dampen the movement or uh, the bending, no, of the wing. Okay? So pag yan, ito wala eh. In-anticipate natin ito, puro pataas lang eh. Kaya lumilipad yung aircraft, especially airline. Hindi siya bumabaliktad. Kasi pag nagbumaliktad siya, babalihin yung pakpak niyan. Why? Kasi yung engine nasa ibabaw, yung fuel nasa pababa, eh, yung lift mo papunta roon. So, awkward yung force distribution sa pakpak 'pag yung airline 'no, passenger airline bumaliktad ganyan, the tendency is babaliin niyan yung pakpak. Kasi yung weight distribution niya baliktad, okey? Baliktad yung weight distribution. Now itong fuel na yan, let's say nag-bank siya to the left or to the right, ito yung fuel tank niya na yan ang fuel tank, yan. Itong fuel tank na yan, yan. So, ibig sabihin sa fuel tank may mga kanya-kanyang cell yan. Ayan o, may cell dito, okey? May kanya-kanyang cell, okey? So, yan may mga cell yan, so on and so forth. Hindi yan solid na parang swimming pool, hati-hati, kasi para pagka nag-bank siya, lahat ng fuel hindi pupunta raw sa dulo, okey? Kasi may mga lalagyan siya, may mga cell, okey? So, pagka gumano siya hanggang diyan ka lang, hanggang dito, hanggang dito, hanggang yung fuel mo nakagano'n, fuel mo nakagano'n, tatabingin siya, gano'n lang. Hindi siya tatakbo pupunta ro'n. So, may mga cell 'yan, divided into different cell, okey? So, dito hindi na pinakita, solid lang siya, okey? So, this is your moment, this is your bending moment. Okay, makikita mo the bending moment here in-emphasize kasi dito yung pinakamalakas na bending moment, okey? So, iyan yung ano natin. So, papaano ina-absorb 'yan, meron kang tinatawag na wala rito, hindi pinakita. Meron ka ritong longerons, okay? So, these are the element para ma-counteract yung bending ng wing. Tapos diyan ngayon naka-rivet yung skin, naka-rivet. And uh, this one is riveted and it has a shear resistance. Paano mo naging shear resistance yan? Kasi ito, naka-rivet yung ano, naka-rivet yung mga ano niya, yung skin na yan, naka-rivet yan dito sa stringers 'no. Ito, mga longeros na yan. Ito yan, assuming na ito siya, ito yung rivet. Ito yung nipis nito, the butas 'no, yung butas mismo nung ano, nung pinaglalagyan ng rivet is 1 gauge higher. So, ibig sabihin, itong rivet na 'to, hindi mo ipepersa, ihuhulog mo lang yan, shoot yan 'no. Hindi yan 'pagka nilagay mo pupukpukin mo. Ah, Hindi yan puwedeng zero tolerance 'no. Pagka nilagay mo, pinatong mo, pasok yan, then ida-drive mo ngayon, yan. So, maraming ganyan, okey. Now ito ngayon, magmo-move yan dito, magmo-move yan doon. So, assuming na ito yung skin mo sa ibabaw, skin, ito yung stringer mo, okey. So, the tendency niyan is that the because of the movement 'no, gagalaw ngayon yung skin, gagalaw, okey, gagalaw yan. So, gagalaw kasi mas malaki yung butas kaysa sa rivet. Eh, sa katerba yan, 'di ba, ang dami. So, gumagalaw yung skin then bumabalik. So, that is the shear resistance 'no, shear resistance. So, gagalaw siya. Kaya yung aircraft naka-rivet. Hindi ka nakikita ng pakpak na naka-welding, Kasi 'pag nag-welding yan, ire-resist niya yung shearing force. Dito sa atin, hindi niya ire-resist. ia-absorb mismo ng structure. Pagka nagkaroon siya ng shear, ia-absorb. 'Pag nagkaroon siya ng bending, ia-absorb. 'Pag may tension compression, ia-absorb niya. So that is why that is structural damping. Yung pagkaka-install lang ng ano yan, ng ano, structure, what else yung ano natin, ginamit natin na materials? So aluminum. Aluminum is, stiff, okay? It is flexible, okay? So wag kang gagamit ng mga brittle kasi babaliin yan. Kailangan gamitin mo yung sumusunod lang, 'no? Sumusunod lang siya, okay? Nagbe-bend pero hindi siya nababali, and that is aluminum, okay? Papaano yan kung kukunin mo yung ano, yung, moment of inertia kasi ito yan may moment of inertia, 'di ba? So sa moment of inertia, if this is rectangular, 'no, rectangular yan, ito. So kung rectangular yan, base height, 'di ba? Para makuha mo yung inertia nito, ito yung equation natin siyempre. Cross section niyan, base height cube over 12. Tanong, papaano yan sir kung hindi yan na constant from tip to ano, from tip to fuselage. So magmula rito hanggang doon, mas makapal 'to kaysa dito. So meaning ika-cut mo yan, per station, yan, per station. So ibig sabihin, station dito at saka station dito magkaiba. So magkakaiba yung deformation mo kasi magkakaiba yung I. Hindi standard yung base height cube mo, okay? Hindi standard yung base and height mo. Magmula rito maliit pupunta roon malaki. So kada cut mo rito, kinat mo yan, kinat mo rito, kinat mo rito, iba-iba yung moment of inertia niya kasi iba-iba yung size. I mean, iba-iba ang dimension, okay? So yan. Okay, so tanong, sir, ibig sabihin hindi yan hindi constant yung delta. Natural, ito nga, ito. Kasi dito yung drawing ko medyo umi-straight, pero ganito dapat yan, ayan. Ito yung angle mo rito, susunod dito, okay? Susunod dito, susunod dito. Okay, if this is the aircraft, so magkakaiba. Okay, then if you will plot it, of course, it is not straight, nakaganon. Medyo yan nakaganyan. Okay? So yun, iba-iba yung delta mo. Okay? Yung delta mo pa ganun, Hindi naman yung delta yan na diretso ganon. So pagka ganito kasi, kung ano rito, pag ganun yan, the same angle yan, pero yung distance mo rito ng deflection, magkakaiba yan. Then after that, you will plot, makikita mo yung wing mo pa ganon. Pinaplat kasi yan. Okay? Okay. So we have this already. Then afterwards, we have this. Ito na pala. So this is a presentation of beam-like flexible aircraft. Okay. So makikita nyo, ito yung pakpak natin. Okay. Nag-bend, di ba? Nag-bend yan. Bakit? Kasi nag-bend yan because of the forces. Pero itong materials na ginamit natin ito, inabsorb niya yung bending or inabsorb niya yung forces. So, kanina usapan natin yung dampening. Dito yung dampening na to in terms of absorption of forces, ina-absorb, okey? Balik tayo, ito yung fuselage, ito yung wing, okey, nag-bend pataas. So, papaano mo ida-dump? So, yung fuselage aakyat, papaano ka na, 'di ba? 'Pag ito bababa yung aircraft, 'no? Pagka tumaas ulit siya, hindi siya tataas na papunta roon, kundi pagka tumaas siya, ito ngayon sumusunod kasi nakalutang yung fuselage, 'di ba? And the structure, 'no, the movement of the structure na 'yan is of course dampening also the forces which is being applied in the structure. So makikita nyo yung illustration nito, ito yung wing natin, ito yung fuselage na makita mo. Then we have here the horizontal stabilizer and we have the vertical stabilizer. Dito sa horizontal sa vertical nakita mo, hindi siya nagbe-bend, right? Kasi nga stabilizer, eh. Stabilize, para stabilize siya. Ito yung nagbe-bend. Ito kasi medyo player yan, yung pakpak. Okay, ito hindi yan basta-basta nagbe-bend. Hindi nagbe-bend. This is your horizontal stabilizer, meron kang elevator, then we have a vertical stabilizer, meron kang rudder. Okay, so hindi nagbe-bend yan, okay? Itong pakpak ang nagbe-bend, okay? Because it has a downward load, downward forces, and it has an upward force which will give a, bending on the wing. Okay, positive bend niya, so isang direction lang yan. But of course, pagka nag-maximum na yan, ito ngayon puslas aakyat. So pagka umakyat yan, hindi aakyat ng masyado, di ba? But of course, the issue here is that this structure will absorb the movement of the wing up and down. Okay? So yun yung relationship, kanina, pinag-usapan natin, nag-vibrate, inabsorb dito. Dito ngayon, yung aircraft mismo yung uma-absorb ng movement. Okay? Kaya dapat matibay. Structural damping includes damping in a material of structure. Yeah. Losses due to the friction between contact areas and dissipation in medium due to relative motion within the system. The structural damping thus essentially covers the entire mechanical system or the structure itself. Okay. Damping is phenomenon that makes any vibrating body structure, no, to decay in amplitude of motion. Yung amplitude yung akyat, di ba? Amplitude, yan, no? Di ba? Di siya neutral, amplitude, amplitude, amplitude. Okay. So dito, nire-reduce niya kasi mismong yung aircraft mismo gumagalaw para i-absorb yung damping. I-absorb yung movement. Idadump niya yung movement. Okay. In other words, gradual transformation of energy within the vibrating system is referred as damping. Okay. So energy to bend will be transmitted to the structural, no, via stresses. Kaya alam niyo guys, sa aircraft, hindi niyo ba alam, ini-X-ray. Ini-X-ray yung aircraft, no? So meron aircraft, kasi bakal yan, di ba? Mga metal yan, pero ini-X-ray yan. So kunyari yung aircraft nakalagay riyan, lalagyan niya ng block sa likod, block. Tapos X-ray niya. Pero nasa loob ng hangar yan, X-ray yan. Masisilip yan hanggang loob, no? Makikita yung structure yan, makikita kung may crack. Okay. So kasi iba hindi alam na may X-ray, no? Ine-X-ray yan. Okay. Kasi yung loob kasi hindi mo ma-check, di ba? Yung loob ng pakpak, hindi mo ma-check yan. Hindi mo ma-check kung may mga cracks, no? Pero sa X-ray nakikita yan, may cracks, no? Na-expose yan, nakukuha kung may cracks yan. So that is also a part of the inspection because the structure absorb the stresses produced by the vibration. Aerodynamic damping prevents oscillation from occurring indefinitely. It is damping provided by the aerodynamic resistance acting upon the oscillation movement of the airplane. So aerodynamics, aerodynamic movement or aerodynamic damping. Pag gumalaw yung structure, structural damping naman yon. The energy dissipation is caused by material damping, which basically depends on the three factors: amplitude of stress, number of cycles, and geometry. Geometry talks about configuration or plant form. Kung ano ang itsura niya. Okay? In the case of non-homogeneous stress distributions, walang na S, the geometry of the structure influences the vibrating damping. Okay? Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, ang dami nating ano kasi, ang dami nating way. Yung ano, stilt, di ba binago? Ganito, rectangular yung stilt eh. Ba rectangular. It is altering the usual the usual configuration, okay? Para lang ma-address yung yung dampening factor at saka yung stresses sa aircraft. As damping increases, the peak value decreases. The dynamic response and the transmissibility of a structure are essentially determined by their mass and rigidity prop. Alam natin, rigidity. Yung rigidity natin is flexural rigidity is E times I. Ito yan. Itong rigidity na yan, yan tinatawag na yung rigidity ng material, ito yan. Modulus of elasticity times moment of inertia is your rigidity. And actually sa structure, tawag namin rito is flexural rigidity. Yan ang tinatawag na flexural rigidity. Yung modulus of elasticity multiplied by your moment of inertia. And that is what you call flexural rigidity. Yung ito yung pinaka ano ng aircraft para siya mag-bend. Flexing. No? Flexural rigidity niya is EI. And of course, the flexural rigidity in inversely proportional to the delta, di ba? The delta is the deflection. Okay? So again, that is equivalent to the deflection is of course the force times L cube over 3 EI, di ba? So if you will get the force, inversely proportional yung EI. So that is why flexural rigidity siya. So ibig sabihin, if you apply a force, there is a reaction on the material based on the flexural rigidity. Parang kontrabida yung flexural rigidity. Pagka nagkaroon ka ng deformation, yung flexural rigidity naka-inverse siya, no? So that is why that is what you call the rigidity of the property. So, para magkaroon ka ng structural damping, mahalaga alam mo yung materialis mo at alam mo yung cross-section ng materialis. Types of damping. Okay, siyempre, we have viscous damping. So last time, napag-usapan natin yan, yung may oil nilalagay, di ba? Dry friction damping, solid or structural damping, material or stereotic damping, slip or interfacial damping, and magnetic damping. So we have static structural analysis of the wing is done to find deformation, stress, and strain. Okay? Included in the wing structure, modal analysis is done to find natural frequency of the wing to reduce the noise and avoid vibration. So natural frequency, alam na yung galawang gano'n, okay. So sa atin, harmonic lang tayo. But of course, it will be ano, it can be eliminated because of the other factors that is being applied to the structure. Okay, dito tayo. A wing consists of two essential parts. The internal wing structure, okay, consisting of spars, rib, and stringers. Iyon, na-discuss ko na kanina yung stringers natin, di ba? Then, of course, external wing, which is the skin. Ribs, given the shape to the wing sections, support the skin, prevent buckling. Yung buckling, yung babaluktot, no? Magbabakel daw siya. And act to prevent the fuel flowing around as the aircraft maneuvers. Damping lowers amplitude during vibration of structure. See? Damping. Structural damping, yung movement niya, amplitude ng movement niya, nire-reduce ng structural damping because it has a flexural rigidity. With viscous damping, the damping force is proportional to the speed. So yung viscous naman, let's say shaft, meron siyang oil. Okay, so there is a viscosity. Uh, the damping force is proportional to the speed. Now, tanong, sir, yung sinasabi mong viscous damping yung viscous, let's say yung shaft, around niya, oil, di ba? Sa aircraft ba, may viscous rin? Yes. May viscous rin siya kasi yung air is also viscous. Pag lumilipad yung aircraft, yung air na yung pagtama ng air, nakadikit yan because of viscosity also. Okay? Now, once tumaas yung ano mo, yung angle mo, pag tumaas yung angle, what will happen? Ito ngayon, viscous pa rin yan, nakadikit. Ito ngayon, tatalbog yan. Okay? Kasi mataas yung angle mo, tatalbog yan. But of course, because of viscosity, babalik yan. Babalik. Okay? Babalik. Babalik. So pagka bumalik siya, di ba, pagbalik niya rito, what will happen now, yung velocity niya rito, since turbulence siya, babalik siya. Kasi viscosity nga eh. So viscous siya, babalik at babalik siya sa surface, no? Pagbalik niya, babagal na siya, pero turbulent siya. So pag turbulent siya, what will happen? The velocity decreases and the pressure increases. Kasi, siyempre, ano Bernoulli, di ba? Pressure velocity yan eh. So, velocity decreases, pressure increases. So, pressure dito mataas, itutulak niya pababa yung wing. Kasi, dito, the velocity is high, the pressure is low. Dito, the velocity is low, the pressure is high. So, itutulak niya yung aircraft. Okay? And if the wing or the structure will make uh, will of course react, no? It will absorb any movement that will be produced by the wing. Paano niya po-produce? Kasi as I've said, pagka gumano siya, magkakaroon ng difference of pressure and different airspeed dito sa ibabaw, magkakaroon siya ng buffet. And that buffet will produce the wing to flatter. And that flatter will be absorbed by the structure. Higupin ng kukunin ng structure yun. Okay? Idadump ng structure. Kita mo, ano na by its own na. No? By its own. Okay, so that is kaya sabi ko cyclic, no? Inaano yan ng inaano yan na sa aviation, cyclic lahat yung pinag-usapan. Alam natin kung ilang oras siya bago masira. With such an exposure, na-expose sa ganito, and so on and so forth. And also, paano natin may exposure sa aircraft? Siyempre, hindi tayo lumilipad ng Mach 0.85 lang and so on, no? Yung aircraft, no? Sa supersonic airplane, kinukuha natin yan in terms of G, no? G force. So, some aircraft can also fly at 7G, okay? So, 7 times acceleration, okay? 7G. So, within that, hindi ka pwede lumipad, no? Kasi the structure, the dampening force of the structure is just designed for that 7G. Hindi na siya hindi siya pwedeng gamitin beyond. Okay. So yun. Yan yung beyond na yun, eh. Yung beyond na ano, eh, tanong, eh, what is ano, beyond the horizon, 'di ba? What is beyond the horizon? Yung tanong, 'di ba? I don't know. Hindi, beyond the horizon is another horizon. So, walang katapusan, 'di ba? Para sa'yo, pagka nag-aaral ka ngayon, beyond this horizon is another horizon. So, continuous horizon yan. Okay, we go back here now. So, we have damping, increasing rotary of aircraft parts now. So, ito, we have here movement, okay? So, we have oil and uh, counter-rotating oil, no? So, we have here, of course, anti-rotation pin and so on. No? So, this can be found, in-expound ko lang yung last time na discussion ko, let's say sa ano, sa shaft nung tail rotor, no? So, this could be, of course, this could be applied, no? Basta masyado siyang ah, ah, high-tech na, no? Let's say yung mga ano, mga Chinook helicopter, puro ano yun, puro shaft, no? So, sinisigurado na hindi magtatama siya, ganito ang mga tsura niya, no? Sa cross section. So, complex is stiffness, but of course, we have already stiffness, di ba? So, these are in the calculation of the flutter speed of the airplane wings and tail surfaces, the concept of complex stiffness is used. It is derived at by assuming the oscillation by the harmonic. Kita nyo, the same na naman, di ba? Eh, yung ano. So, this is for the airplane. So, the same rate, ito yung formula kanina eh. And of course, complex stiffness and Y is the structural damping factor. Sometimes yung structural damping factor is the delta itself. Delta. Yung delta, iyan yung movement ng wing up and down. Yung peak, natatawag yung peak. No? So, na ganon, umakit siya, yan yung ano. So, that is already an stiffness if you will talk about the wing. Stiffness niyan. Okay? Stiffness is of course calculated using the deformation, no, the movement of the wing at a higher peak. Okay? Okay, so we have this. Then, what is the two types of stiffness? We have shear and torsion. So, torsion, yung pag ganon, okay, torsion, and shear, yan. What is the difference between stiffness and strength? So, axial stiffness, rotational stiffness, axial, axial, rotational, lateral. Okay? So, lateral ito. Okay? So, that's a stiffness. Now, torsion, bending, shear. Bending kasi dalawa yan eh. Is either ba compression or tension. So, axial, types of stiffness. No? Ano pa yun, nilagay pa yun. So, axial stiffness, resistance toward axial deformation due to the applied tension or compression. Axial yan. So, sabi nga, pag axial stiffness, meron niya compression and tension. Pero nagbabalik-baliktad yung axial compression. Pag gumanon yan, tension, compression. Pag gumanon yan, compression, tension. Balik-baliktad. Okay. Rotation is stiffness, the ability of a material to resist rotation caused by the applied moments is called, okay. Lateral, the ability of a body to resist lateral deflection when a lateral force is applied. Torsion, the ratio of applied torsional moment to the angle of twist is called torsional. Bending, the resistance of a member against bending or beams, flexural rigidity is considered as the bending stiffness. Flexural rigidity is of course your E times I. Shear, the ratio of shear force to shear deformation. So those are the types of stiffness. Meaning, yung stiffness yan is the ability to is the ability of materials to bend without acquiring permanent deformation. So, pag sinabing stiffness, flexibility ang pinag-usapan na yan. Flexible, flex, gumagalaw, okay? Because flexibility will absorb uh, any vibration, or it will dump any forces that will give unbalanced forces on the structure. Strength, kinumpleto na eh, yun, para kumpleto na tayo. Strength, it is hard to be broken. Okay. Stiffness, hard to be deformed. Okay. So magkaiba yung strength sa stiffness. Glass, it is still difficult to bend it but easy to break. So strength is low, stiffness is high. Okay. Spring, it is easy to compress but difficult to break. So strength niya is high but stiffness is low. Yan. So may differentiation na. And this is now your strain versus stress. No? So we have here your brittle. So once na in-stress mo siya, hahaba siya. Yung meaning kasi ng strain, yung na umahaba siya. Okay? So pag umahaba siya ganyan, dito, hahaba pa rin siya pero mapuputol siya agad because brittle. No? So this is the other metals that can be used. Okay? So pag nag-apply ka ng stress, may stress siya, but of course, may stress siya mga. And these are uh, the the energy. This shaded portion is the energy absorbed by the material to the stress being applied. Okay. So makikita mo rito, ito na yung yung yield point niya eh. Kapag tinigil mo na yung pag-apply ng stress, humahaba pa rin siya. That is now the yield. Okay. Itong dulo na to, that's failure. Mapuputol na siya. Okay. So those are the stress strain curve. Then of course, ito na, basahin natin na. Complex airplane means an airplane that has a retractable landing gear, flaps, and a controllable pitch propeller, including airplanes equipped with an engine control system consisting of a digital computer and associated accessories for controlling the engine and propellers. No? So this is your full authority digital engine computer. So this is the plane of wall, is the wall. Plane of wall, we have out of plane bending of wall, out. In plane bending of wall, papasok, palabas, papasok. Okay. So this is the top view. Okay, this is the axis, lumabas. And of course, plane of wall before bending. Yan. Okay, so we have here your movement. No? Pag di tayo sa loob, lumabas siya, that is, of course, out of plane. Pag pumasok siya, in plane bending. Okay. So this talks about the movement of the wall based on the pressure difference inside the aircraft and outside of the aircraft. So that is why yung structure natin is matibay because what? Ito yung structure, okay? Ito yung fuselage natin. Nasa loob tayo, okay? Habang tumataas yan, yung nasa labas na pressure, bumababa. Bumababa. So kaya ito, bilugan. Kasi pagka bumababa yung pressure dito, yung pressure mo sa loob, kailangan i-maintain mo. This will tends to burst the fuselage outward, no? So that is why itong structure na to matibay dapat. Matibay. Okay. So yun, no? So that is design of the structure. And of course, pag bumaba ka naman, the tendency is that kung ganyan yan, so magagano. Kaya usually kung pressurized aircraft, wala ka nakitang pressurized aircraft na rectangular yung fuselage. Usually, circular. Okay? Kasi masyadong matibay yung circle. Para submarine niya, wala kang nakitang submarine na rectangular. Puro ganito. Kasi pagka dumive yan, yung pressure sa labas mas malakas sa pressure sa loob. So the tendency is that the pressure outside will crush it. Kinakrush niya. Okay? So, hindi mo naman pwedeng i-equal yung pressure sa labas, di ba? So 14.7 ka dito, ang taas-taas. So ika-crush yan. So yung structure mo matibay. Sa atin naman, ganun pa rin siya. Pag pumunta ka sa taas, yung pressure mo nito is the pressure for the crew and the pressure outside is lower than the inside. So what will happen? The aircraft will tend to burst, no? Kasi mas mataas yung pressure sa loob. So itong structure na to should be matibay, no? And this structure will somewhat shear. Shear. Okay? So nakaribet yan eh. So magsishear yan. And this shear is a movement wherein there is what you call flexural rigidity na ina-absorb niya yung any movement, displacement of the structure. So layo na, di ba? Pumasok na tayo sa loob ng structure. Pumasok na. So pregnancy response of the structural damping, tingnan natin ano dito. Okay? Sharpness of resonance. Resonance is of course the sound, no? Resonant amplitude, that is the sound. Okay, meron po. Okay. So ito eh, mga table kasi ito eh. Okay, so that is your 9, no? But of course, here sa atin, no, application lang. So, puro application. Kita nyo, so mahirap pa nga yung ano eh, yung theoretical guys. But of course, very basic yung theoretical. Okay, so I will send you your ano, of course, I will send you the module next week para ma-review nyo na, no? Kasi ano na tayo eh, folding na tayo. Magpo-fold na. The semester patapos na. Okay. So medyo matagal nga kayo, iba nga ano na, next week. Ano na, bakasyon na eh. Masyadong mamadali. Okay, class, oo. So we will continue next week. Okay?
Goodbye and thank you po.
Okay lang. So bye-bye.
Thank you po.
Mm.
Thank you po, sir.
Okay.
Goodbye and thank you po, sir.
Goodbye and thank you po.